Hello. I just went through my first day of classes. It is 4 o'clock and I'm done. I only had 3 classes today. I had history and then English and then theology, or intro to theology. All 3 classes were really good. So far, I really like my professors. Um, but there were, I don't know, one thing that really stuck out to me today was in our history class. The professor put up a picture of a guy and he asked us if any of us knew who it was. And people were guessing, like, history things like, oh, it's a younger Bill Clinton, just stuff like that. Um, and then he pulls out an obituary from 2001, right after 9/11. And this man had died in one of the towers. And he said that this guy had left behind 3 children and a wife. And he said that this guy was a little part of history, and he gave his name. He was no one famous. It was just some regular guy, and he said that all of us were a part of history too. That every decision, that gets made in Congress, that's part of our history. But the thing that stuck out to me the most was that he said to this man that his 3 children and to his wife, he was the most important person in their entire world. And it had me thinking, who your most important person is. Of course, there's family, but then you also have to look at people outside of family. And a lot of times that counts, sometimes even more, just because having someone who's not blood to care about you so much. But it just made me think, if I was anybody's important person, maybe not their most important person, but if I was, important in someone's life, or if I had made a difference in someone's life, and it also had me thinking who my most important and favorite people were. But it just, I don't know, it's just weird to look back, look at that and think, at the end of your life, when you look back, who are the people that you're going to remember for making your life worth it? It was just a cool thought. I liked it. And then in our English class, she said that we were going to be talking about greed the entire semester. She says she's very intrigued by greed. She was very cool. She's a playwright and a screenwriter, and she's from Alaska. I've liked her so far. She seems really nice. But we're going to be writing papers on greed, and I'm really interested in that because lately I've really gotten into the researching people in Hollywood and celebrities, and which is weird because I normally hate stuff like that. But I've kind of stopped looking into the surfacey stuff in celebrities and really looking into their life stories. And you see a lot more greed than you think. And so it's going to be interesting to write papers and really research, and hopefully I'll be able to do a paper on something or someone that's really interesting to me. And then finally, in our Bible class, or our theology class, he was really funny. This guy was hilarious. But something that I'm really excited about in that class is he said that we're really going to get into the scientific reasoning and the, I can't remember the word he used, but the intellectual reasoning as to why the Bible would be real. Which is cool because I think a mistake that a lot of Christians make is when they're trying to explain Jesus and God, that when someone asks, why should I believe it? It's just kind of just because. That's faith. That's all you do. I know I'm guilty of doing that too. Sometimes I don't have a reason. I just believe it. And the Bible doesn't say you can't ask questions. You can't,